What's going on? We back. Motor City Sports Talk. We in the building. I appreciate everybody for checking in. One time, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon button. We'll miss another video or live stream. And apparently, the question I brought up several weeks ago is starting to come back up. Should the Lions take a quarterback in a draft? Now, they're pretty much going to have a top 5 pick. Should they take the quarterback? I gave you my stance on before and the other day, yesterday, about Stafford. My stance yesterday was, as everybody know that watched the videos, that I don't see any quarterbacks, at least not right now, that I evaluate and say that they can come in, plug and play next year with this Lions team. This Lions team has a whole bunch of holes, okay? And a lot of holes. I mean, we went over them in the last video. They need a safety. They probably need a few safeties. They need a few cornerbacks. They need linebackers. I need every linebacker position, in my opinion. Move Kennard to the end. He could be a rotational end, but they need defensive end. They need depth in the defensive tackle area. They need a whole side of the right side of the line. They may need a left tackle. They may need another receiver or two. And they may need another running back, to go with Kerryon Johnson. Okay? It's a lot to get with. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're going to cover those holes next year with drafting a quarterback in the top 5. You know what I'm saying? And if that quarterback is the answer as a rookie, so be it. But that's a long shot, man. It really is a long shot. I've seen Greer from West Virginia play some. I'm not, entirely sold that he's going to be able to transition year one right away into a pro-style quarterback, and with a new offensive coordinator as well, which could make it more easier for the transition. And Dwayne Haskins, he ain't got a lot of starts under his belt neither. He could be another Cardale Jones. You know what I'm saying? So now could it be a possibility where the Lions take a quarterback in the top 5 and stash him and learn behind Matthew Stafford? Well, it's possible because the way the rookie pay scale is now set up. When Stafford came out, you can make as much as you want to. Now it's a rookie pay scale. And they probably could carry 2 quarterbacks on the roster and learn behind Matthew Stafford, but I don't think that's the way to do it. I think the Patriot way is to do it the Patriot way. I said it before. You go ahead, you evaluate a quarterback from rounds 2 to 7. You try to find you a quarterback there, hitting in a diamond in the rough. Develop him under Matthew Stafford. If Stafford is playing at a high level, 2 or 3 years into the rookie deal, he's still balling. You still believe you can go forward and win with Matthew Stafford. If you've won with Matthew Stafford, you take the quarterback, you play him in the preseason a little bit, you trade him for other assets. It's the Patriot way with, Jimmy Garoppolo and Jacoby Brissett. You've seen it happen before with Matt Castle. That's what they do. And that's what the Lions need to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I carry on with that one, man. I draft a developmental quarterback rounds 2 to 7, and I develop him. But if they were to take a quarterback next year, and like I said yesterday, they trade Matthew Stafford, have to trade him after June 2nd, then it's only a $10 million cap hit. That says a lot about Matthew Stafford. And I would expect Matthew Stafford probably to go somewhere else and light it up, especially when he come back to Detroit. But I think it's a bit premature to move on from Stafford this year. Now if you had if we end up having a blue chipper that's there, that's the top quarterback that we know that's going to be a surefire thing. He can come in and you expect him to play in year 1, year 2. You want to hold on to Stafford, or you feel like he can come in and play year 1. Off rip, you want to move Stafford. I mean, obviously you're going to get some compensation for Stafford. You know what I'm saying? Some draft picks next year you continue to build. But my whole thing about it is they got a lot of needs, man. Now, obviously, Matthew Stafford has been a huge problem, but, we had 3 offensive coordinators here while he was here. Scott Linehan, Joe Lombardi, and Jim Bob Cooter, which all have struggled, Scott Linehan struggling in Dallas, so maybe they find the right offensive coordinator and they can work with Stafford and he could pick his developmental quarterback from rounds 2 to 7. But I wouldn't be mad if they got rid of Stafford, to be honest. If they moved on from Stafford, it ain't like, I'm gonna give you a different perspective here. If they get rid of Stafford and go with a rookie quarterback next year, maybe rounds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever the situation may be, I wouldn't be mad because you haven't won with Stafford in 10 years. I mean, what you gonna expect something crazy to happen? He just his 11th, 12th, or 15th year, he goes Super Saiyan Stafford or Super God Stafford and win a bunch of Super Bowls. I wouldn't fault them for moving on from Stafford. But in my opinion, right now, I know it's premature. I don't see a blue chipper, my thing is this, man. Okay, this dude got, 4 more years on his contract or something like that. What you do is this, okay? Get that top 5 pick. It could be as high as a 2. You know, they see you act like you want to move Stafford. You shop Stafford. You sit down Stafford and just tell him it's a smokescreen. Don't worry about it. Okay? You act like you want to move Matthew Stafford, right? And like, okay, you're going to take a quarterback. Okay? You act like you got a deal done to move him after June. So you don't have to take a cap hit. And, you know, if it's a hot shot quarterback up there, somebody want to move up and say, well, we're going to draft him. We'll move Stafford anyway. We offer you Stafford if you want him. Like, no. We want Dwayne Haskins or Will Grier or the quarterback from Oklahoma State, whoever it is. Well, you know, we really don't want Stafford no more. We want to move Stafford. But if you want to do this, man, you're going to have to really pay up for us. Give us a Trubisky or whatever the deal the Browns got for Carson Wentz. We need a life-changing deal. And you get a life-changing deal. You get picks. You keep Stafford. And you're able to build around Stafford. Later on in the draft, you either take a developmental quarterback this year or next year, and you continue just to put the pieces in place for whoever's going to come in and replace Stafford, or you put the pieces in place for Stafford to be successful, and that's what you do. With that type of pick, the ideal situation for the Lions, if it's not a surefire Deion Sanders, Barry Sanders, Julio Jones, Khalil Mack type of player there that you know is going to have an impact, you move back, you get the picks. You build a future with picks. The Lions lack so much depth at talent. They're real superficial, top-heavy. You move back. You take those picks. You rebuild your franchise. You build around Stafford. Take a developmental quarterback sometime in the second or in the middle rounds or late. You develop him. You know, offensive coordinator, start building a system around him. Start catering to what Stafford does right. And that's how you handle that situation. That's just a competent way of handling it. You know, you have a quarterback problem, or you think you may have a quarterback problem. You feel holes. You put a developmental quarterback behind Stafford. You start, installing plays for the developmental quarterback to get comfortable in the system. 1 or 2 years down the line, you say, shit, we paid Stafford all his guaranteed money. We can release him like they're going to do Joe Flacco in Baltimore. Then we go in a developmental quarterback. I mean, you gotta know this dude's going to be John Elway, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers type of, talent for you to go ahead and pick another quarterback. And pick him and give away Matthew Stafford. And right now, I don't believe that to be true. I like Haskins a lot. I like what I've seen a little bit of Grier. Had to break down more film of him. But right now, that's the proper way to handle this situation, man, is to take a developmental quarterback somewhere at this draft. Either it's the route of trading down in the draft or taking the blue chipper up top, Greedy from LSU, or taking, and it's a long ways away before we get to that point, because somebody can run a stupid 40, somebody can or not so good 40, somebody can hurt themselves, or somebody can not be that good in the interview process, some things can come up, or whatever may happen. Okay, anything can happen at this point, so it's really premature to say, but in my opinion, my game plan was, if I don't see a Von Miller, Khalil Mack, Calvin Johnson, Julio, Barry Sanders, or a John Elway, Peyton Manning type of quarterback at the top of the draft, and none of them blue chippers, and I don't believe in them, I move back. I throw a smoke screen, act like we want to trade Stafford after June, so we won't take we only take a $10 million cap hit. I act like I really want one of the quarterbacks. Somebody jumps up, give me their whole future and more of their future as well, and their present. I take them picks and I rebuild the franchise around Stafford. In the midst of that, I take another quarterback I like, from a smaller school, or a developmental quarterback. Try to find like a Dakota Prescott, or try to find a Drew Brees. Develop him behind Stafford for a year or two. We don't get results. Then we move forward with the younger guy. But if the Stafford started balling and he just needed more support around him, then what you do is you take the young guy, you showcase him in the preseason. You know what I'm saying? Stafford to be older, so he need to rest. You showcase him in the preseason. You move him for more picks. Then you pick another developmental quarterback. Let him develop behind Stafford. By that time, Stafford probably be ready to retire. Then you got your quarterback again. Or the next year, you could just take another quarterback and just have a stable of quarterbacks, that you're ready to develop and building in the system around them. So that's the proper thing to do, man. That's the competent thing the Lions going to do, but should do. But the Lions probably going to go the total opposite and do something that I didn't even think of, or a conspiracy theory I don't even have. It's going to be some retarded stuff that we just going to be shocked at. But that's just my personal feeling around the situation. But it is what it is, man. I think they should just go with the plan of either taking the best available talent as far as skill position, or the smoke screen thing I said about Stafford, and then go ahead and take, trade the pick and move back and get a lot of picks. So, y'all know what it is. Motor City Sports Talk. Don't forget me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also, reach out to me on the DM on those, or you can email me as well. Appreciate everybody for checking in. One time for the one time we grinding. Much blessing to the brothers and sisters out there. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell icon button when missing the video. We gone.